Namaste everyone. Let's start the class with a short prayer of Gita Dhyanam, and then we'll chant the first chapter 21st shloka till the end of chapter 1, and then we'll see the explanation of each and every shloka. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Atah Dhyanam. ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवतां नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः। अर्जुन उवाच सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये रथं स्थापयमेच्युत यावदेतान्निरीक्षेऽहं योद्धुकामानवस्थितान् कैर्मया सह योद्धव्यम् अस्मिन् रणसमुद्यमे योत्सयमानानवेक्षेऽहं ययेत्यत्र समागताः धार्तराष्ट्रस्य दुर्बुद्धे युद्धे प्रियचिकीर्षवः। सञ्जय उवाच एवमुक्तो हृषीकेशः गुडाकेशेन भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमम् भीष्मद्रोणप्रमुखतः सर्वेषां च महीक्षिताम् उवाच पार्थ पश्यैतान् समवेतान् कुरूनिति तत्रापश्यस्थितान् पार्थः पितॄनतपितामहान् आचार्यान् मतुलान् भ्रातॄन् पुत्रान् पौत्रान् सखींस्तथा स्वशुरान् सुहृदश्चैव सेनयोरुभयोरपि तान् समीक्ष्य स कौन्तेयः सर्वान् बन्धूनवस्थितान् कृपया परयाविष्टः विषीदन्निदमब्रवीत्। अर्जुन उवाच दृष्ट्वेमं स्वजनं कृष्ण युयुत्सुं समुपस्थितं सीदन्ति मम गात्राणि मुखं च परिशुष्यति वेपश्युश्च शरीरे मे रोमहर्षश्च जायते गाण्डीवं स्रंसते हस्तात् त्वच्चैव परिदह्यते न च शक्नोम्यवस्थातुं भ्रमतीव च मे मनः निमित्तानि च पश्यामि विपरीतानि केशव न च श्रेयोनुपश्यामि हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे न काङ्क्षे विजयं कृष्ण न च राज्यं सुखानि च किं नो राज्येन गोविन्द किं भोगैर्जीवितेन वा येषामर्थे काङ्क्षितं न राज्यं भोगा सुखानि च तैमेव स्थिता युद्धे प्राणास्तत्त्वा धनानि च आचार्यः पितरः पुत्राः तथैव च पितामहाः मातुलाः श्वशुरा पौत्राः स्याला सम्बन्धिनस्तथा एतान्न हन्तुमिच्छामि न तोऽपि मधुसूदना अपि त्रैलोक्यराज्यस्य हेतो किं नु मही कृते निहत्य धार्तराष्ट्रान्नः का प्रीतिस्तजनार्दन पापमेवाश्रयेदस्मान् हत्यैतानाततायिनः तस्मान्नर्हं वयं हन्तुं धार्तराष्ट्रान् स्वबान्धवान् स्वजनं हि कथं हत्वा सुखिनं स्याम माधव यद्यप्येतेन पश्यन्ति लोभो बहत चेतसः कुलक्षयकृतं दोषं मित्रद्रोहे च पातकं कथं न नेयमस्माभिः पापादस्मान्निवर्तितुं कुलक्षयकृतं दोषं प्रपश्यद्भिर्जनार्दन कुलक्षये प्रणश्यन्ति कुलधर्मा सनातनाः धर्मनष्टे कुलं कृष्णम् अधर्माभिवत्युत अधर्माभिभवात् कृष्ण प्रदुष्यन्ति कुलस्त्रियः स्त्रीषु दुष्टासु वाष्णेषु जायते वर्णसङ्करः संकरो नरकायैव कुलज्ञानां कुलस्तयः च पतन्ति पितरो ह्येषां लुप्तपिण्डोदकक्रियाः दोषैरेतैः कुलज्ञानां वर्णसङ्करकारकैः उत्साद्यन्ते जातिधर्माः कुलधर्माश्च शाश्वताः उत्सन्नकुलधर्माणां मनुष्याणां जनार्दन नरके नियतं वासः भवतीत्य न शुश्रुमा अहो बत महत्पापं कर्तुं व्यवसिता वयं यद्राज्यसुखलोभेन हन्तुं स्वजनमुद्यता यादिमामप्रतीकारम् अशस्त्रशस्त्रपाणयः धार्तराष्ट्रारणे हन्तुं तन्मे क्षेमतरं भवेत् सञ्जय उवाच एवमुक्त्वार्जुनः सङ्ख्ये रथोपस्थ उपाविशत् विसृज्य शशरं चापं शोकसंविघ्नमानसः ॐ तत्सत् इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे अर्जुनविषादयोगो नाम प्रथमोऽध्यायः. Okay, we are done with the chanting part. Now we'll see the explanation of each and every shloka. So in the last few classes we have seen chapter 1 of the Gita, from the first shloka till 20th shloka we have seen. So today we will be seeing from 21st shloka till the end of chapter 1. So I have already done with the chanting part, so I'll just read the shlokas and then we'll see the explanation. So the 21st and 22nd shlokas are Arjuna Uvacha Senayorubhayorमध्ये रथं स्थापयमेच्युत यावदेतान्निरीक्षेऽहं योद्धुकामानवस्थितान् कैर्मया सह योद्धव्यम् अस्मिन् रणसमुद्यमे योत्सयमानानवेक्षेऽहं य एतेऽत्र समागताः धार्तराष्ट्रस्य दुर्बुद्धे युद्धे प्रियचिकीर्षवः. So here Arjuna is saying O Krishna, please place my chariot in between of the both the armies. So in the battlefield there are two armies, right? Pandavas army and Kauravas army. So Arjuna is saying to Krishna that please place my chariot in between of two armies so that I can view the people who have assembled here and who is having a desire to fight and with whom I'm going to fight. I wanna see both. I wanna see all of them. So that's what Arjuna said to Krishna. And then he also said like, I also want to see the people who gathered here with the intention of fighting and who wanna fight uh, by pleasing Dhritarashtra's son, who is Duryodhana, whose thinking is distorted. So I'll repeat what I said. So Arjuna is saying like, Arjuna said Krishna that to place his chariot between both Pandavas and Kauravas army, and Arjuna want to see who all have assembled in the battlefield with the intention of fighting and with whom Arjuna had to fight and whose thinking was distorted and who wanna please Dhritarashtra's son. Dhritarashtra's son means Duryodhana. So, who gathered in the battlefield to please Duryodhana. Why to please Duryodhana? Because Duryodhana's intention was to defeat all Pandavas. So that was the Duryodhana's intention. So he wanna see the people who gathered in the battlefield to please Duryodhana's intention. What was the Duryodhana's intention? His thinking was totally distorted, and he wanted to kill his own people. So Pandavas are his own people, right? So he wanted to kill them. So that's why Arjuna said Arjuna wanted to see all of them whose thinking was totally distorted and who wanted to please Duryodhana. So that's what this shloka says. We'll see the other shlokas. Sanjaya Uvacha Evamukto Hrishikeshah Gudakesena Bharata Senayorubayorमध्ये स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमम् भीष्मद्रोणप्रमुखतः सर्वेषाञ्च महिषिताम् उवाच पार्थ पश्येतान् समवेतान् कुरूनिति. So now Arjuna's words were over. Now Sanjaya, who was talking to Dhritarashtra, Sanjaya was explaining all these things to Dhritarashtra, right? What happened exactly in the battlefield. So now Sanjaya was saying Dhritarashtra. What he was saying, O Dhritarashtra, Krishna, then after that what happened was Krishna placed that great chariot in the middle of both armies. Both armies means both Pandavas army and Kauravas army. So Krishna placed the chariot in middle of both armies and right in front of Bhishma and Dronacharya. And then he said that Partha, please look at these Kauravas who gathered here. So here what was Krishna's intention? Krishna's intention was to stop the war. He don't wanted war to happen. So he wanted to stop the war. So that's why wantedly he placed the chariot in front of Kauravas and right in front of Bhishma and Dronacharya. Who were Bhishma was Arjuna's grandfather and Dronacharya was his Acharya. So wantedly he placed the chariot in front of both of them. So that's what Sanjaya was saying. What Sanjaya was saying, O Dhritarashtra, then what happened in the battlefield was Krishna placed the great chariot in the middle of both armies and right in front of Bhishma and Dronacharya. And then said like, O Partha, look at these Kauravas who gathered here. That's it. So this is what Sanjaya said. And the next shloka is Tatra pashyasti tan partah पितृनत पितामहान् आचार्यान् मातुलान् भ्रातॄन् पुत्रान् पौत्रान् सखींस्तथा स्वशुरान् सुहृदश्चैव सेनयोरुभयोरपि तान् समीक्ष्य स कौन्तेयः सर्वान् बन्धूनवस्थितान् कृपया परयाविष्टः विषीदन्निदमब्रवीत्. So, and then in the battlefield, now Sanjaya is still continuing what happened in the battlefield. So after that, what happened was, Arjuna has seen the people whom he has seen Dronacharya and Bhishma. Yeah. Then Arjuna has seen Dronacharya and Bhishma who gathered over there, and they are equal to and Dronacharya was his Acharya and Bhishma was his grandfather, and the Kauravas are there also his brothers, and so entire Kauravas army he has seen only who are the people who are equal to his mother, father, teacher, brother, father-in-law, friends and well-wishers who have assembled in both armies. So everyone in the Kauravas army, Pandavas came to fight with the Kauravas army. But in the Kauravas army, everyone are Arjuna's own people. So all Kauravas are equal to his mother, father and relatives, brother, father-in-law, well-wishers, everyone. So who have assembled over there. So by looking at them, Arjuna has having a deep compassion of them, because they are his own people and he came to fight with those people. So having overcome with a deep compassion, said these words with full of sorrow. So I'll repeat what I said. So in the battlefield, after Krishna placed that chariot in front of both armies and asked Arjuna to see at Dronacharya and Bhishma, then what happened was, Sanjaya was still explaining what happened was, Arjuna has seen those people. Arjuna has seen entire Kauravas army and Bhishma and Dronacharya, and then he thought like they are equal to his father, mother and teacher, brothers and father-in-law, friends and well-wishers. Everyone are his own people who have assembled in both armies. So by looking at them, he has a deep compassion and with full of sorrow, because he came to fight with his own people. So with full of sorrow and deep compassion, he said these words. What he said we'll see in the next shloka. Arjuna uvacha दृष्ट्वेमं स्वजनं कृष्ण युयुत्सुं समुपस्थितं सीदन्ति मम गात्राणि मुखं च परिशुष्णते वेपश्यश्च शरीरे मे रोमहर्षश्च जायते. So Arjuna said, by looking at those people who are standing in their respective battle positions and who came there with a desire to fight. So by looking at all of them and with a deep compassion and with a deep sorrow, having overcome with compassion and sorrow, he said like, "O Krishna, my limbs are losing my strength, my limbs are losing their strength, and my mouth is getting dried, and my body is trembling, and my hair on my body is standing. So I'm unable to stand, Krishna." That's what he is saying. By looking at his own people, so he said all these words. What he said, his limbs are losing their strength, and his mouth is getting dried, and his body is trembling, and his hair on his body is standing. So he is unable to stand on that chariot. So So that's what Arjuna told Krishna. Next, what happened? We'll see. गाण्डीवं स्रंसते हस्तात् त्वच्चैव परिदह्यते न च शक्नोम्यवस्थातु भ्रमतीव च मे मनः. So then Arjuna said like, oh Krishna, my bow, his bow is Gandiva. So he is saying like his Gandiva is slipping from his hand and his skin is totally burning. His body was shaking and his skin was totally burning and his bow was slipping from his hand and he was unable to stand and his mind was totally confused. So that's what he told all these things to Krishna, who placed his chariot right in front of the Kauravas army. Then what happened? We'll see. Nimittani cha pashyami viparitani keshava na cha shreyonu pashyami hatva swajana mahave. Then Arjuna still continuing his words to Krishna. He was still saying like, oh Krishna, I can only see bad signs, but I am unable to see any good signs that is happening in future also by killing my own people in my battlefield. So Arjuna was still continuing saying to Krishna what he said. He said that Arjuna could able to see only bad signs. He couldn't able to see any good signs that was happening in the future by killing his own peoples who are gathered over there in Kauravas army. So he was able to see only bad signs. So he was little scared and his body was totally shaking by thinking all of them. So that's what he said to Krishna. Then what happened? Listen. Nakangshe vijayam Krishna nacha rajyam sukhani cha kim no rajyena govinda kim bhogo jivitena va. Arjuna was still continuing his statement to Krishna. So Arjuna said, oh Krishna, I neither want victory and nor I want kingdom and I don't even want any comfort. What's the use of getting kingdom, pleasure and life itself? So this is what he said. So I'll repeat what he said. Arjuna said Krishna that Arjuna don't want any victory or kingdom and not even any comfort of winning the kingdom, getting the pleasure and life itself. So he said like he don't want to fight. He wanna go back. That's what his intention was. So he was saying all these things to Krishna. So he don't want to win the kingdom. That's what he said to Krishna. We'll see what happened next. येषामर्थे काङ्क्षितं न राज्यं भोगाः सुखानि च तैमे वस्तिता युद्धे प्राणास्तक्त्वा धनानि च. Then Arjuna was still continuing his statements to Krishna. What he said? So, oh Krishna, for whose sake this kingdom and these pleasures, these enjoyments, desiring by all these people who assembled here to fight with their own people by sacrificing their wealth and lives. So what Arjuna was saying, he said like, why all these Kauravas army who gathered here, who has an intention to kill their own people with a desire of winning kingdom, sacrificing their wealth and lives, who wanted to win kingdom, who wanted to win the fight. Why they gathered, or why everyone gathered here? So what was their intention, why they sacrificed all their wealth and lives and came here? So like that he was asking Krishna. Then what happened is, आचार्या पितरः पुत्राः तथैव च पितामहाः मातुला स्वसुरा पौत्राः श्याला सम्बन्धिनस्तथा. And Arjuna was still saying these words to Krishna. What he said, "Oh Krishna, they are our teachers, they are my teachers, my paternal and maternal uncles, and my sons, my grandsons, my in-laws, well-wishers, and my own relatives. So all these people belongs to." So Arjuna said, like, all the people who gathered over there in Kaurava's army, they belong to Arjuna's teachers, Arjuna's paternal and maternal uncles, and his sons, grandsons, in-laws, well-wishers, and other relatives. That's what he said to Krishna. Then what happened? एतान्न हन्तुमिच्छामि ज्ञतोऽपि मधुसूदन अपि त्रैलोक्यराज्यस्य हेतो किं न महीकृते. And Arjuna was still repeating Krishna, still continuing his statements to Krishna. What he said was, even for the sake of ruling over three worlds means in heaven. So even though he gave the position of Brahma, even though he was given to rule the Brahma, so that kingdom, even though he won, he don't have any desire to kill those people, even if they are going to kill him. So I'll repeat what I said. So Arjuna don't have a desire to fight, because Kaurava's army he could able to see only the people who are equals to his mother, father, and relatives, sons and grandsons, etc. So he has seen all these people, and he don't have any desire to fight. He don't wanted to win the kingdom and getting the pleasure of winning the kingdom and all. So Arjuna said Krishna that for the sake of ruling over three worlds, it is very much for this kingdom on earth. I don't have any desire to kill these people. I don't want to rule over all the three worlds. Even though I get the supreme position, I don't have a desire for that. So I don't want to fight Krishna. Even though Kaurava's army came to kill me, I won't fight with them. I don't want to fight. That's what he said to Krishna. So what happened next? निहत्य धार्तराष्ट्राणां का प्रीति स्य जनार्दन पापमेवाश्रयेदस्मात् हत्यैतानाततायिनः. So Arjuna is still repeating the words, still continuing his words. What he said to Krishna was, what kind of a satisfaction we will get by destroying our own people, so who are the son of Dhritarashtra? Only sin, it's a great papam. By killing these people, I'll get a great papam, even though they are wrongdoers. Atatayinaha means the people who does bad actions. Why bad actions? Because Kauravas gathered over there to kill their own people, who are Pandavas. So Arjuna was saying, like, what kind of satisfaction we will get by destroying the Kauravas, who are my own people, even though they are wrongdoers. Even though by killing these people, what kind of satisfaction I'll get? I'll get only papam, because they are my own people, my relatives and my teachers, etc. So what kind of satisfaction I'll get? I don't want to attain that great sin, which is the Mahapapam. I don't want to get that. That's what Arjuna said to Krishna. We'll see next. तस्मान्नार्हं वयं हन्तुं धार्तराष्ट्रान् स्वबान्धवान् स्वजनं हि कथं हत्वा सुखानि स्याम माधव. So Arjuna, after telling with the deep compassion and sorrow, after telling all the statements, all these words, then he told like, I don't want to kill my own relatives who are the son of Dhritarashtra. I would not be happy by destroying my own people, Krishna. So he decided and he told the statement. He gave the statement like, oh Krishna, I don't want to kill my own relatives who are the son of Dhritarashtra. I won't be happy by killing my own people. That's what he said. We'll see next. यद्यप्येतेन पश्यन्ति लोभोपहत चेतसः कुलक्षयकृतं दोषं मित्रद्रोहे च पातकं कथं न क्षेयमस्माभिः पापादस्मान्निवस्तितुं कुलक्षयकृतं दोषं प्रपश्यद्भि जनार्दन. So Arjuna, after telling, he gave that statement that he don't wanted to kill his own people. It will be a great sin. So he want to stop that. He want not to involve that fight in the battlefield. That's what he told. After that, he was still continuing his statement to Krishna. What he said was, although these people whose minds are overpowered with greed, I don't see any destruction of killing my own family. Why he said this statement? Because Kauravas also belongs to Arjuna's family only. They are his own relatives, right? So it's also a family, his family. So so Arjuna told Krishna like, although those people they gathered here to fight, whose minds are overpowered with greed, I don't see any satisfaction. I don't see any use of killing my own people. It will be a great sin by betraying my friends who are my well-wishers. So I don't wanna take that great sin by destructing my own family. So Kauravas also belongs to my family. I don't want to get that great papam. I don't want that to happen. So I don't want to fight. That's what Arjuna told Krishna. Then what happened? We'll see. कुलक्षये प्रणश्यन्ति कुलधर्मा सनातनाः धर्मनष्टे कुलं कृष्णम् अधर्माभिर्भवत्युत. So Arjuna told, like, after telling that statement to Krishna, what he told that when the family is destroyed, the ancient dharmas of the family will also perish. When dharma is lost, won't adharma overwhelm the entire family? That's what he said to Krishna. So what Arjuna said was, so he was asking Krishna about this. What he said was, when the family get destroyed, the ancient dharmas which have been there from the ancient, so all the dharmas of the family will also perish. When that dharma is lost, adharma will overwhelm the entire family. So that's what he is asking Krishna, that when dharma is lost, won't adharma overwhelm the entire family? Like this he asked Krishna. And next what happened was, adharmabhibhavat Krishna pradyashyanti kulastriyah स्त्रीषु दुष्टासु वाष्णेय जायते वर्णशंकरः. So here Arjuna was still continuing his statement to Krishna. What he said was, "O Krishna, due to increase of adharma, women in the family will get to do wrong things. When women get corrupt, then mix up of varnas takes place and Vaidika dharma will not be followed." So why he said all these things? Because Kauravas came to the battlefield with a desire to fight. With a desire to fight, with whom they are fighting? They gathered there to kill their own people, who are Pandavas. Pandavas belongs to Kauravas' own relatives. So they gathered there with a desire to fight, to kill their own people, and it's a great sin. Even though they achieve kingdom and all, it will be a great sin. So Arjuna don't wanted to involve in that fight. Even though Kauravas came to kill Arjuna, still Arjuna don't want to react on it. So he was fine with it. Whatever happens, Arjuna was fine with it, but he don't wanted to fight because it will increase the adharma. When adharma increases, women in the family, kulastri means the family women in the family will get to do wrong things. When women get to do wrong things, then mix up of varnas takes place. So Vaidika dharma will not be followed, obviously. So he don't want to involve in that fight. So that's what he told to Krishna. Next, what happened, we'll see. Sankaro narakayaiva kulagnanam kulasya cha patanti pitaro hyesham luptapindodaka kriyaha. So Arjuna was still continuing saying to Krishna. What he said was, so killing our own people, it's like a going to hell only. It is meant for going to hell. So it's like a destroying our own dynasty and our own family. When our own dynasty and family get destroyed, it's like all the values and lifestyle will also get destroyed. So it will definitely affect next 3 generations. So Arjuna was saying like killing our own people is like going to hell only. And it's like destroying our own dynasty and our own family only. If family and dynasty get destroyed, obviously all the virtues and values and lifestyle will also get destroyed, and it will affect for the next generations. The next 3 generations it will get affected. So then their descendants will not follow the respective values and the rituals to their ancestors. So this is what he said. So Arjuna don't wanted to have this great sin which will affect it to the next 3 generations, because their descendants also will follow the same. They will not follow the respective values which has to be followed. So the next 3 generations will also repeat the adharma. So and the rituals which has to be performed to the ancestors will not be followed by their descendants. So it's a greatest papam. So he don't wanted to get that greatest papam. So that's what Arjuna said to Krishna. Now what happened? This दोषैरेतैः कुलज्ञानां वर्णसङ्करकारकैः उत्साद्यन्ते जातिधर्माः कुलधर्माश्च शाश्वताः. So Arjuna was still continuing his words to Krishna. What he said was, by doing all these wrong actions of destroying our own family, and being a cause for the mix-up of varnas, and by destroying the dharmas of their paternal dharmas by the community, and the family will get destroyed. So, what Arjuna was saying to Krishna was, by doing all these wrong actions of killing their own people, it will affect for next few generations, and their descendants will also will not follow doing their respective rituals which have to be performed to their ancestors. That will not happen, and it will be a great sin, and a mix up of varnas will take place. So people will marry whoever they want. They will not follow that respective kula dharma and the respective paternal rituals. That paternal rituals and dharmas will also get destroyed, and mix up of varnas will take place, and family will get destroyed, and community will also get destroyed. So it will be a greatest papam, Krishna. That's what Arjuna said. Now what happened was, उत्सन्नकुलधर्माणां मनुष्याणां जनार्दन नरके नियतं वासः भवतीत्यनुशुश्रुमा. So Arjuna was still continuing, and what he said was, "Oh Krishna, we heard that the people who destroy the jati dharma of the family will definitely go to hell for an indefinite period." Indefinite period means, it's indefinite means there is no limited time, there is no time bound for that. So it will be a great papam by destroying the kula dharma and by destroying their own family. So it is a greatest papam. The people who kill their own people and their own family is like they will definitely go to hell for a indefinite period. So indefinite means infinite period. So that's what Arjuna told to Krishna. And what else he told, we'll see. Ahobata mahat papam कृष्णं कर्तं व्यवसिता वयं यद्राज्यसुखलोभेन हन्तुं स्वजनमध्युताः. So Arjuna still continued. What he said was, it's a great wonder they are ready to kill their own people due to the greed of winning the kingdom and its pleasures. It's like a committing to a greatest sin. So what Arjuna was saying was, the Kauravas came to the battlefield to kill their own people who are Pandavas. So Arjuna is saying like, it's a great wonder, Krishna, because Kauravas came gathered here to kill their own people for the greed of winning the kingdom and pleasure. Only for the enjoyment and for winning the battlefield they gathered there. So it's like a committing to the greatest sin. It's like a wantedly committing to the greatest sin. It's a great papam. That's what he said to Krishna. And what else he said was, यदि माम प्रतीकारम् अशस्त्रं शस्त्रपाणयः दार्तराष्ट्रा रणे हन्त्युं तन्मे क्षेमतरं भवेत्. So Arjuna, by telling all these things, still he said to Krishna like, what he said was, it would be better for me to not to react to them, even though sons of Dhritarashtra who gathered over there with the armed weapons. So he was saying like, Kauravas came, they gathered over there with full of armed weapons in hand, and they gathered there to kill Pandavas in the battlefield. So that's why Arjuna was saying Krishna like, it would be better for me to not to react to Kauravas. So who gathered here to kill me and my family, even though they came to kill all of us with full of weapons and army. in the battlefield, but it's better to not to react over them, because I don't want to get that greatest papam, so I really don't want to react on it. So that's what Arjuna told to Krishna. So now Arjuna's words to Krishna was completed. So all these things Arjuna told with having overcome with full of sorrow and compassion, with the deepest compassion on Kauravas. He told all these things to Krishna. Now what happened was, next shloka will see. Sanjaya uvacha एवमुक्त्वार्जुन संख्ये रथोपस्थ उपविशत् विसृज्य शशिरं चापं शोकसंविघ्नमानसः. So now Sanjaya was explaining all the whatever has happening in the battlefield to Dhritarashtra, right? So now it's a Sanjaya statement. What he was saying to Dhritarashtra was, having spoken in this manner in the middle of battlefield, Arjuna, whose mind was completely overcome with sorrow, he sat on the chariot. He dropped his bows and arrows. So Sanjaya was saying to Dhritarashtra, like, "O Dhritarashtra," so Arjuna said all these statements with full of sorrow and compassion. So everything, all these statements he told to Krishna, and he decided that he don't wanted to fight with the Kauravas army, because they are his own family members. So it's like getting a greatest sin. He don't want that to happen. So he sat on the chariot and he dropped his bow and arrows. He dropped over there and he sat on the chariot by giving up the war. That's what Sanjaya told to Dhritarashtra. So that's why it talks about this. Now we have ended with the chapter 1. This chapter talks about Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Arjuna Vishada Yoga means Arjuna's sorrow. So in this entire chapter we could able to see only Arjuna's sorrow. He told all these statements that with a full of compassion towards Kauravas, and with a full of sorrow by killing, having thinking that he came there to kill his own people. So with full of sorrow and compassion, he told Krishna all these statements, and he dropped his arrow and bow, and then he sat on the chariot and he decided not to fight. So that's why this entire chapter talks about Arjuna's sorrow. That's it. So we are done with the chapter 1. So in the next class we'll start with the chapter 2. So thank you all for joining. I'll stop this class with a closing prayer. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.